Hey guys, my name is RyanCentral and welcome to HitScan. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit hoarse, it's currently 1 AM, my time here at least, but we have something pretty serious on our hands. All of the information to do with the new agent Killjoy, including the abilities, have been leaked by Riot. Somehow people got hold of the article for Play Valorant. I think it was meant to come out some other time, but you can see it's a bit screwed up in the title. But like I mentioned, all of the abilities are here, what they do. The only thing that we're missing is what the agent actually looks like, but I'm going to go for everything in this article. In the background are some of the abilities that you'll see. We will go over how they all work. First of all, it says in the editor notes, these notes were found among the files of Killjoy. This is kind of like a role-playing piece more than anything. They're here without alteration. The first file is undated, yada yada. And it reads, "Okay, Brimstone, I read your beginner's guide, maybe too long. All you needed to say was have me on your team. With me, tactics beat firepower, so let me remind you how I've already thought of everything. I'm pretty sure that Killjoy is going to be a sentinel, and it makes sense when we look at the abilities. The first ability, I assume his Q, would be Alarm Bot, where you equip and deploy a bot that hunts down enemies who dare get into range. When the killer robot friend reaches its target, boom goes the idiot. Not only does it deal damage, but it also temporarily leaves affected targets vulnerable to double damage from all sources. If you want to pick it up again, you can do by holding equip, much like Cypher's new cyber cages. So if an enemy stands in this area, the grenade goes up to them, explodes kind of like a boom bot, probably doesn't do as much damage it seems, but not only does it deal damage, it also makes the enemy more vulnerable, and you can do 2 extra damage to them. So that's super strong. Already from that ability alone, I think that this is kind of like a must pick in a lot of cases, and I think good competition to Cypher.